strong. We're playing it on our radio station.
Thank you very much.
What's, in your career, what's harder to sing? Smokey, Kim Carnes, or country?
Gosh, I think country was harder at first because it was kind of learning a different way of singing, and I really had to strengthen my voice and kind of take everything to the next level. You know, in the movie duets where I sang those first two songs, I was kind of just singing like myself. And to prepare for this movie, I really had to push myself.
Did you listen to anybody in particular when you were preparing for country? I
listened to a lot of, I mean, almost everybody, but particularly Faith Hill, Ashley Monroe, Miranda Lambert, and Shelby Lynn I listened to because she sort of reminded me a little bit of my character in film.
When you were signing up for the film, and they say you're going to be working with Tim McGraw, I was thinking of two separate things on that issue. You, being an Academy Award winner, and him being a country music superstar, you could teach each other some secrets. Him about acting, and for you about singing country music. Did you have those conversations, coaching each other?
You know, it's funny. We kind of just, like, approached it with, I think, mutual respect in a way. I think I had already recorded some of the songs by the time I met him, really.
Right.
I was just so nervous for him to hear them. And I didn't need to give him any tips. He's really good. I mean, he really knows what he's doing. He's such a good actor, and I was very impressed with him. But it was funny, you know, because we both, as you say, are from this other world.
Right.
And kind of tiptoeing around each other, but then it really kind of just all came together.
Was there any one moment that you could say, wow, I did this, this is great, it's finally done, the movie is what I intended it to be?
Well, when I saw the movie, when I saw an early cut of the movie, I was really proud of the movie, you know, mostly because, well, the performances I think are really good, but the music is so good, and it works as part of the story, and not just my stuff, but you know, Garrett Hedlund, who's kind of the star of the movie, I just think he's got this amazing, amazing voice, and I loved, you know, watching his kind of musical journey in the film, and it's rare that there's, you know, movies about country music, and when they work, they really work, you know, because the songs tell such good stories.
Does anybody tell you that it's the same kind of movie that Jeff Bridges was in recently?
No,
Only a female perspective?
Yeah, I mean, people having, I mean, I'm sure people will make comparisons, but I think so far, I think they're pretty different films. I didn't see Crazy Heart because that was out when I was preparing for this, and I didn't want to throw myself off and just, like, quit because Jeff Bridges was so brilliant.
Yeah, he
was. You know what I mean?
He really was.
So I still haven't seen it, but I'm sure there'll be some similarities, you know, drawn between the two, but I do think they're very different films.
There's a scene in Crazy Heart where he has to do a scene where he's playing in a bowling alley, and then he goes up and throws up in the garbage can outside the band's still playing, he comes in and finishes the song. Is there a scene like that in the movie you're playing?
There's a scene where I throw up in a garbage can, actually, but I never make it to play back with the stage, unfortunately. He sounds like a more capable drunk than I am.
Maybe. I was wondering if he was drunk in some of the scenes. He was so good at it. Talk about your Glee episode coming up. That is, like, everybody's favorite pet project right now.
It's
who approached
good,
you?
Isn't it? Well, you know, I did this movie, the guy who created it, Ryan Murphy, he directed a movie a few years ago called Running with Scissors, and he had asked me to be in it, and it was during a time where I really wasn't working. I had my daughter, but he convinced me to come and do this small part in the movie, and I actually had a really good time, and we became friends, and then in the ensuing years, he created Glee, and it became this phenomenon, and honestly, I hadn't seen the show when he called me and asked me to do it. But I thought, my brother was like, you gotta do it. You know, it's so great. So I started to watch them, and now I'm totally obsessed.
Are you a Gleek?
I'm a Gleek.
I
was watching episodes on the way here on the airplane.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
Now, I always wondered about Fame and, you know, that whole movie phenomenon in the 70s and 80s, and then they had a couple of different things. Have you ever been in an experience like that where, like, people just start singing spontaneously or crazy? Like, how do people live like this?
My mother lives like that.
Does she?
Yeah, she's got a song for everything.
Does she break out into songs sometimes?
Constantly.
Really?
Yeah, you'll be in the kitchen and Her big one is if you're ever missing a shoe, then she starts singing "Where's My Other Shoe" from a musical called She Loves Me. She has like a million songs for anything, any scenario. She'll just break out in song right there.
Does she give you any advice on your career? I guess you could probably give her advice now for...
No, she does. I think, especially when I was starting out. You know, I mean, I'm so lucky to have like people who are normal, good people as parents.
Right.
And they were hard on me in all the best ways, and always kept me really grounded and very grateful as I was getting more successful. And so at this point, she doesn't really call me up for advice, more encouragement. You know, like she's really excited for the CMAs and.
She's going to watch you on television when you perform?
She better.
Is the whole family going to be sitting on the couch?
Probably. Oh, gosh.
Where is your Academy Award right now?
It's in such an unglamorous place. It's just kind of hidden behind a door. And
Really?
Yeah, we're not such, like, display the awards kind of people. I don't know why. Maybe we have low self-esteem. I don't know what the problem is.
No, do the kids look at it? Or
they have no idea what it is. No clue.
Wow. No. I would probably put that thing in a billboard in my hometown or something. That's pretty cool that you just have it there and you're proud of it yourself and you just it's in your home. And
it's such a cool thing to have, but then I don't know, it stresses me out when I look at it. So I like to just keep it in
Really?
away.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
What, do you think back at the hard work you had to do to get it?
No, I just think it was during a time when my dad was really sick, my grandpa was dying.
Sure.
And it was really overwhelming. You know, it's very overwhelming to be 26 years old and win an Academy Award for Best Actress and to get that much attention. And it was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, but it was just a hard time in my life with all the cancer. And so I don't know. When I look at it, it brings up like kind of great, but also anxiety kind of memories too.
Of all the nominations that you were a part of, and the list was so many, I didn't want to list them all. What was your favorite nomination?
Oh man!
Besides the Academy Award.
Probably Best Kiss at the end.
I was gonna say that was it. I was hoping you were gonna answer that.
I was pretty psyched about that.
Yeah, and they had a lot of fun with that too on that awards ceremony. That was pretty good. So does Chris give you advice on stage presence and all that stuff? Like, is he talking to you about what's going on Wednesday night?
Yeah, you know, I mean, he's just very supportive of me and everything I do, and when I have a question, he's there ready to answer it and help me out. He's a great support.
I have time for one more question. So, when you and him are in a town somewhere, vacation, who gets noticed first?
I think it depends on where we are.
Right.
Like, that's a good question. Sometimes him, I guess, and sometimes me. I feel like since the Pepper Potts thing has happened, because it used to be like no teenagers knew who I was at all, but now it's like teenagers know who I am. Because I was going to say he always gets the younger people, but now since the Pepper Potts days.
I think it's interesting, like, if you got noticed first, if he steps back and he gets noticed first, do you step back and let him have a moment?
Oh, yeah,
When he lets you have a moment?
Yeah, of course.
That's normal. You're so normal.
She is.
Great, yeah, right?
Are you nervous? And if so, are you going to act your way through your performance when you have to get out and sing?
I don't think I could act my way through a singing thing, you know? It's like, I just am going to be myself, and I've worked really hard to prepare, and I'm ready. I just hope my nerves don't make my body, like, shut down and make me vomit on stage in front of the straight and
part of the character.
everyone else.
You're so normal. How delightful. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for taking this time with us.
Appreciate
My
it.
pleasure.